going? Welcome to the first video on my channel. I said I would do it, and I did it. Here's a video. There it is. Good job. Good job, guys. You 5 people that are watching it get to see my first video on my channel. So, pretty much what I'm going to be doing is talking about crazy pop culture things and video games and movies and all the stuff that I come across in my journeys, which are semi-interesting. And I'm holding this hot beverage because it makes me feel less alone because I'm talking to a camera, which is kind of weird and a little bit sort of like the robot apocalypse. So I'm just gonna hold this hot beverage to make me comfortable. Recently I saw the movie Thor. I went and saw it with Ross and Barry, and it was good. It was a good adventure. I liked the other movies. I mean, they're kind of like one of those Wayland paintings when you see like the dolphins flying through space and stuff. And you know, I mean, it's what are you gonna do? It's Thor. Like, he's mystical kind of space magic. I don't know. But 20 minutes into the movie, he managed to take his shirt off, which I do not have a problem with at all. I thought that was great. But I really would have liked Loki to have taken his shirt off, because I really didn't even care about what was happening in the movie until Loki started talking. I was like, oh, okay, Loki's here. Like, oh, it's Thor and, like, Natalie Portman. I don't really care what they're doing because they're super lame. But as soon as Loki showed up, I was like, all right, now Loki's in the movie, so it's obviously extraordinarily entertaining. And I found that pretty awesome. But he never took his shirt off, which was incredibly disappointing. And it should have happened, because Loki's way better than Thor. Sorry, guys. I've also been listening to the Thor soundtrack, which, let me just say, is freaking amazing. If you want to feel like you're just like driving around ready to smite people with your hammer or car or shoe or whatever, just listen to that shit and you'll just be imagining smiting everywhere. I just had it on repeat while I've been driving. I actually started writing a bit because the Thor soundtrack was so amazing, which I never do, and I was just like, oh my god, it's like I live in a mage tower. Oh, this is so cool. But it was just actually me just listening to the Thor soundtrack. So check it out. I'm sure it's on Spotify. I listened to it on Spotify, but it's probably on Amazon and all the other places that you buy fine soundtracks. Art-wise, we've been recovering from Kamikaze, which was fun, art and Crabcat-wise. We've been recovering from Kamikaze. So all of my stuff is pretty much still in a couple cars because I have not unpacked our booth yet. And it was our first booth, so if you came and visited us, that was pretty awesome. We had a cosplay repair station, which was super fun, where everyone came and fixed their costumes, and we got to look at how awesome everyone looked. The funniest thing is that when we were there, not many people came to the cosplay repair station. I think they were intimidated by us or something, but like my costumes break all the time, so I'm not sure why. I did get to sew up Cyclops, and we helped Doc Ock put his arm back on, and did a couple of fun things like that, and that was good. And after that, I went to the Designer Toy Con, which was really fun. So I actually got to meet some awesome artists who I've been stalking on Instagram constantly because they're amazing. And I finally got to meet some of them in person, which was super nerve-wracking because I didn't want to talk to them because I was like, I just follow you on Instagram, it's super weird, but you've commented on my stuff once or twice, and I don't know, it's super weird. But I ended up getting the courage to talk to them, and they were super awesome. I met Chris Rynyak. I can't really say his name. It's R-Y something. But he's amazing and is on Instagram, and his work is super cool. And I also met Amanda Louise Spade, who does a bunch of awesome like toy like creatures and drawings, and they're super cool. And getting to meet them in person was really awesome because I admire their work, and it's very inspiring to get to meet people who are like, I'm doing what I love all the time, and it was pretty cool. I also found another girl that I follow on Instagram. Her Instagram is Odd Fauna, and I love her work. It's like little tiny plant creatures. And then I ran across these guys who do like these crazy little skull things, and they're called Fiendies. That's right there. They gave me this crate for this little monster head that I bought, which is super awesome. It's like a little, they actually cast it. It's not a real skull, so it's a little fake skull with a little jewel on it. And they do little sculpted horns and stuff, and I thought they were awesome. And then they gave me this crate, and I was like, oh my god, this is an amazing crate. I mean, it's a crate, guys. It's an actual little crate with a monster in it, which I just found entirely amazingly fascinating. And they were awesome, and they watched the show too, and I was like, well, I like your amazingly creepy stuff, guys. Good job. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I really want to get into making little sculptures and stuff like that and getting around to it. And I think in the next month I want to try and do it and maybe do like a limited run of like 20 or 30 of them and see if people want to buy them, just because I love doing that kind of stuff and it makes me happy. So do what makes me happy. Also at Designer Con, I got this super sweet shirt. It's a Dalek shirt. It's from Geeky You, which has like a bunch of absolutely adorable sweatshirts and t-shirts and other things like that are actually cut well. So instead of like having to cut up a men's shirt and just like half the time ruining it, they actually have like ladies cut like Doctor Who stuff and like Zelda and all kinds of awesome things. So you should totally check them out. I'll put their link in the bottom too. And yeah, get yourself some well cut, flattering ladies nerdy shirts, because let me tell you, every time I cut up a shirt, there is a possibility of it going awry and it not looking great. And theirs are awesome and look great all the time. So there you go. Hot tip, guys. Hot tip. This is Earl Grey, by the way. And I got this cup at Kamikaze too. It says Accio Coffee because I felt like I needed to rekindle my Harry Potter love, because we were right across from Whimsic Alley, which I love all of their stuff, and I used to love Harry Potter as a kid. I still love Harry Potter, but I just didn't read the last books. It was a lot of things that Also, I didn't read the epilogue at all. But anyway, that's for another time. I also got a Slytherin Snuggie, which was kind of amazing. Hold on. So you guys probably wonder why I would have chosen a Slytherin Snuggie. Because every time I did one of those stupid quizzes, I was always sorted into Slytherin, which, I mean, that sucked. I was like, what the fuck? Why am I in Slytherin? Aren't they mean? Actually, I just found out the other day from talking to a few people that they're just really ambitious and misunderstood. So there you go. My Slytherin Snuggie, everyone. Also, when it gets cold and Halloween happens, I just wish I went to Hogwarts, which I don't. When I was a kid, I painted on my ceiling a skyscape, like the stars and clouds and the moon. I also painted an owl flying down, holding my little Hogwarts letter that it was bringing to me to my like childhood self. And I was like way past 11. Like I was not getting a letter to Hogwarts. If Hogwarts was real, it was over. It wasn't happening. But I painted it on my ceiling because my whole little room was Hogwarts themed, and it was extremely nerdy. But it was a lot of fun, and my parents didn't care what I did to my room, so I drew owls on the wall. Yep. So I went to Blizzcon this weekend too, which was super awesome, with the help of Chloe and Catherine Elhofer. She's a costume designer. We made costumes for the mother and aunt of Andy Bolt, who's a comedian. And she's doing it for like a charity thing. She's going to do a Kickstarter and all that stuff. Her mom has the same cancer that Steve Jobs had, and she's trying to bring awareness to this kind of cancer and the treatments. And her mom and her aunt play World of Warcraft together. And so I got to make their weapons and their shoulder armor, and I applied their prosthetics for their costumes, where Catherine did the sewn parts, and then Chloe did the face makeup. And it was a really awesome project. I mean, to dress people up in cosplay who've never dressed up before and who have no idea what it's going to be like, it's really like amazingly funny, because they're super nervous. They're like, oh my gosh, like I look crazy. I mean, granted, we all look crazy, we're in cosplay, but we're becoming those characters. So when it's all done and all put together, you look freaking amazing. And they walked outside and got a million pictures, and they like, just to see someone who's never done it before light up that much at being able to dress up was really, really awesome. And you know, I feel like the more people I dress up in costume, the more rewarding cosplay becomes, because dressing yourself up, it's fun, of course, to be that character, to be someone else, but getting to dress someone else up, I think, is something that we should all do more often, because it really changes their perspective, I think, on pretty much just getting to make their world that they're not used to become, you know, real. But it was funny, but of course, like halfway through, they're like, this totally sucks. Like, these are super uncomfortable. My face is falling off. I'm like, yeah, it's really awful, guys. Like, they lasted a super long time, and they were troopers, but it's not easy, especially when you have face prosthetics and all that stuff. But they had a great time, and I had a wonderful time, and it was great to be able to go to BlizzCon and I used to go to Blizzcon all the time. I did a tier 5 undead warlock, I think in 2007. It was one of my first costumes, and it still holds a dear place in my heart. So it was fun. It was fun to go. Maybe I'll start WoW up again and run around and kill things and get bored and then stop. But, you know, hey, memories. I think the hardest part about filming these videos is that I'm alone in my room and Ross is secretly listening to me in the other room, judging what I'm saying, probably not thinking I'm funny at all, and thinking that I'm just like sitting here talking to myself. Maybe he has the door closed. Maybe he has headphones on. If not, he'll probably come in here later and be like, that wasn't funny at all, Holly. You totally say. He would never say that. But that's how I feel. Shut up! I'm doing terrible! Just wearing my Slytherin hoodie alone in a room by myself. It's just so embarrassing. If you like the video, please subscribe. And make sure that if you want more, I'm going to make them anyway, so you're stuck listening to them, because why not, guys? Why not? I like talking about games and comic books and movies and all that, so right back at ya. See you later, cadets. I don't know how to salute either. I'm just a fake... I'm more like an Archmage Commander. That'll be my name from now on, in my mage room. Archmage Commander Holly, signing out.